Alrighty. You know what? Let's get into it. Let's have a look. And Chris, you can tear apart the brand strat. I'll tear apart the website and we will have a look around here. So Van Gogh Collections. I love the name. Obviously, it's a play on.
Start with the introduction, Paul.
What do you mean introduction? No, we don't need
Introduce.
introduction.
No, no. Introduce yourself, Victoria. What do you
Oh,
do? What do you
oh,
do? How long?
the
How
fun
long are you
bit.
doing this?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
how
Okay.
long?
I mean, I
Bit of
should
backstory.
for people who, for
Yeah.
people who haven't watched it. Usually we do this. The structure is completely different. It's a big, long presentation, and I talk about, hey, I've been in e-commerce since I was 16 years old, and I've sold lots and lots and lots of $50 million worth of products and sold my business to a public company, and now I try and help people like yourself not get scammed by agencies and not waste your time trying to figure out how to do this stuff on your own for 47 years and still not make any money. So now we do these things every Wednesday. There's more people joining, but the whole point of tonight, and without the big long pitch, is that we want to help you fix your brand strategy, fix how your website converts, teach you a whole bunch of other things that you didn't know before. And then at the end of it, we will give you an amazing offer where you get to come and join the circle that Adele is in already, Victoria. Um, get you into there. You should be in there anyway. Just be able to sign up now because it's going to happen. And then you get to learn, you see, oh, we do this stuff every day, basically for brands in there. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm sure Adele's hopefully said nice things. She's been to all the calls, I think, anyway, in the week. So, um, yeah, give us a quick intro to your brand. I mean, like I said, I love the name, but like, yeah, how long you've been
Thank you.
doing it, why'd you start it for, all the fun stuff.
Okay, fun stuff. 10 years. So Van Gogh's 10 years this year. My background's a graphic designer.
Yep.
We started off primarily as a wholesale business and just progressively needed to join the e-commerce thing. Platform. It's been a hard one for me because I'm constantly competing against my stockists. So I try not to do too many sales and things, but I don't know. I'm now wanting to really push the retail e-commerce side. So hence I'm like, okay, let's get this website happening and what do I need to improve to get it there?
So these are your products. Everything that I see is
Yes.
something you've
Yes.
made, you've designed, your
Correct.
artwork,
Yes.
you're sourcing the
All my
products.
artwork. Yeah. All my artwork, we have them all done in China. We started having some done here, but China primarily for everything now. Bags I've designed. Yeah, all the illustrations are mine. Key rings I've designed. Yeah, deal
Yeah,
with all the
right. Okay.
suppliers ourselves. We've been to China half a dozen times pre-COVID. Haven't been there since COVID, but
Yep, yep.
pre-COVID been there, and yeah.
Okay. And this is your partner?
No, it
No?
looks like it is, but no, it's a brand story discussion with a photo of a
He's a
Richard
footballer, isn't
Champion.
he?
Yeah,
It
he
looks
was
like
an
an athlete.
exactly, Richard Champion, ex AFL, but he was a host of
Also,
a great historic Aussie Caravan where we featured on their show. So we've
Ah,
just
right. I'm
used
like,
that image.
got it. I'm like, I know that guy from somewhere. I'm like, is that
Yeah,
well, that probably should be in front of you and your family, but
yes,
let's have a
agreed,
look.
agreed.
Um, so
It's a
your problem,
recent
did you
addition.
say at the moment is your stockists are stealing sales from you? Is that kind of what's happening?
No, not necessarily. I just didn't want to compete with them. There's no point working yourself up and having a lovely wholesale business and then you end up competing with them and undercutting them on your own website. I don't think it does your brand any good.
No.
It certainly doesn't do your sales with wholesalers any good. So, but that sort of market's dropped a little bit.
Yep.
So hence I'm wanting to boost the retail and really at the end of
How
the day, we've got to make a dollar. So what's the best way to do it?
how many wholesalers do you have at the moment?
Probably active about 60 or 70, I'd say.
Okay. Do you mind if I
Yeah.
ask like where you're kind of sitting in terms of revenue, like in a monthly? Is it in the six figures? Is it under? Is it multi sixes? Like,
No, it's six figures. I go for a couple of multis. We were up to a $500,000 turnover a couple of years ago. I dropped the ball a little bit for a few personal things going on,
yeah.
and just a drop in economy. And we're very much a high end for caravanning, I would think.
Okay. And
This sort of
that's
product,
is that monthly revenue or annual revenue?
annual.
Oh, half a mil.
I
Okay.
wish it was monthly, Paul.
I was gonna say it's a couple of hundred grand a month, right? Okay, fair enough.
No, that would be really nice.
Yeah.
Yearly.
What do you want to get to then? What kind of revenue number do you want to be hitting like this time
Oh, I'd
next
love
year?
to hit a seven figure. We were halfway there. with
Yeah.
the aim of hitting 7. And like I said, the downturn in the economy and personal things where I dropped the ball, it just has
Yeah.
dropped off a bit. I need
Is the
new
carrot?
product too. Wholesale need new product all the time. And I got
Yeah,
to a
yeah.
point where I had a lot of product in our warehouse. And I sort of went,
Mm.
you know what? I've actually got to sell this down before I really keep adding more product to it. So,
Yeah, you don't
yeah,
want dead stock sitting on the shelf that's not moving.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
So, hence, I'm just trying to sell that through a little bit.
Yeah, right. Is the caravan space still like growing as much as it was like through the COVID? Is it still pretty strong industry, right? Or is it
It's
slowed
still
down a
a
little bit?
very strong industry. No, it's a strong industry. Look, it has slowed down. I think the vibe around it has slowed down, but there's still a lot of caravanners out there. We've also got the opportunity to grow internationally.
Yeah.
We've got a New Zealand business, which is great, but that's really just another small state of Australia. But
Mm.
we went to Europe and we've certainly got opportunity there to grow. We've got a stockist in the Netherlands, someone who stocks and resells our product over there, which is awesome,
Yeah.
and definitely opportunity. So it's like, right, how do we do it and do it well?
It'll
Paul, you're
help if I
muted.
unmute. It'll help. It's just muted magically.
All
So
good.
you've got traction. I mean, and you're probably not doing much by way of Meta ads, Google ads at the moment, are you? Like it's kind of, is it
I've
all
got
organic?
it's a lot of it's organic. We've got a few Facebook ads, but not a huge amount, and same with Meta with Google. To be honest, just a small amount in both spaces.
Yeah, yeah, right. I mean, so the quickest thing for me, I mean, looking at your website, it's okay, right? The stuff that you're doing wrong, like you shouldn't have a sticky header, like if I start going to your product pages and start having a look around here, like social proof is pretty light on. All of this stuff is kind of like in the wrong location. People don't care about this stuff. They care more about, hey, 6 people just purchased the product, or 3 people are looking at it, or they actually see the product being used properly, by a kid or something, or wherever this product is meant
Yeah,
to be being used. So product photography is a huge one in this, right?
yeah,
Australian owned, caravan friendly. I'm not seeing any information about shipping and stuff. So from a conversion perspective, there's a whole bunch of things missing from this page that are stopping your product pages from converting better. Because,
yeah.
let's assume like what is your conversion rate at the moment for the site? Do you know what it is?
I'm going to tell you it's a 1.3, but it is up from a 0.42.
Wow, okay. So woeful, right? So
Yeah,
number one
correct.
thing is you just gotta go, how do we get the conversion rate? Simple as that to
Yeah,
like
yeah,
3%. So we go, okay, on this page, there is a whole bunch of things missing that would help with conversion. Like I said, shipping, more information about delivery, more information about people who have purchased it, not different types of photos, but just the way the photos have, displayed and so forth, even videos of the products. Such an easy thing that you get to sit there for a day and film little videos of all your products, put on the product page. Your conversion rate to go to 4. So whatever this site's doing at the moment, you could 3, 4, 5x it within the space of a month or two with some basic stuff.
yeah.
If I go to like
Awesome.
if I go to your collection pages, for example, and I'm here, and filtering is hard, right? Because these type of filter options are not that great. Let's have a look at it. So yeah, bowl set, and I want the black stuff. And oh, hang on, you only do one type of bowl. These filtering is not the best way to do it. That's actually really hard to use because most people are going to completely miss that there. Most people are used to having a sticky filter navigation, and sticky filter converts way better. So worst case, if you can turn that on so that it's always out by default, that's better because it's not easy for me to go here and go, hey, show me the cups. Like unless you're an
Yeah,
e-commerce
okay.
person, they're gonna
Yeah,
go, there's one, and there's a bowl, and oh, there's another one, and then there's another one. But I'm like, just show me the option. Give me like take me
yeah,
here,
yeah.
show me the cup section. Did I scroll past the cup section?
No.
Mugs, blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
yeah.
Yeah, so you don't have a cup section, for example, unless I'm missing it, right? But you want to be
Tumblers
able
and
to come.
latte.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you want to come in here though, and it's super easy to find. Number one
Yeah,
thing. Um, I would I would start changing this. So you've got China mugs, travel mugs, sets. Da, da, da. I don't reckon these are the keywords and the phrases that people are really searching for. So I would have assumed people are. So hang on, you got laundry bags. You've got laundry bags. Let's go into here. So that's fine. The collection's fine. Laundry is that's done okay. This should be a H1. Let's go in here, check out some stuff. That's a H1. That's okay. This should be a H2. So what I'm looking for now is H1, heading 1 tag, most important thing on the homepage. H2, second most important thing on the homepage. Yours is not that at the moment. It's just paragraph text. So because it's
Okay.
paragraph text, um, people are Google search engines are less likely to find it in a Google search. Um, the other thing that's completely missing from here is like nowhere in your description does it say it's caravan. Like there's laundry bags with caravan prints all over it, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
is there a specific reason that, I mean, other than the fact that you take it with you when you're in your caravan and you got caravan prints, but you're not mentioning that anywhere in any of the products, right? So if you're in the caravan niche, you go, hey, these laundry bags are for people who need laundry bags for when they're traveling around in their caravan. Whereas at the
Mm-hmm.
moment, this says, stay organized on the go, in your caravan with our Van Gogh Living Collection, featured best-selling expendable. Da, 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 da. So this is very light on. It's like it's about should be 3 times longer than that at least, and it should
Okay.
use keywords and phrases and so forth that are related to what people actually want to buy in the caravan space. So if we do this and we
The
do this,
caravan laundry bag. Like that one.
yeah. So come
Because
down
with
here for a second.
laundry bags, you're competing with every other laundry bag.
Yeah,
Whereas if
laundry
it's if it's
bags.
specifically for a caravan, that might niche it down to people looking for laundry bags for their caravan.
Yeah. So see how you've got like these things. This is a basic way of doing it. This is not how we would do it. But for example, people go, "Hey, dirty laundry bag for caravans," and there might be 20
Mm-hmm.
people a month who search for that particular phrase. But if I go here and I go dirty laundry, it's nowhere to be seen
No.
in there, right? Or if I go and search for laundry bags caravan, like anyway, like it's not anywhere, and it's the same with this. So up here, oh, I gotta go back up there. Can you see everyone see my screen still?
Yep.
So, yep.
So from a title perspective, it says laundry bags, Van Gogh collection, and then it says best selling expandable. It does say it there, caravan laundry bags, and what else does it say?
You're on
So,
Sem. We can see SEMrush
You're
at
on
the
their SEMrush, yep.
oh, wrong screen. Hang on. Share this one. So this is kind of an SEO thing that I'm looking at. So this thing here is the title that Google sees. So all it says is laundry bags. Whereas you should probably say something like caravan laundry bags,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
Because that's what people are searching. Because you're probably never ever going to rank for the term laundry bags. Because there's probably like 1,000 other brands trying to rank for that. It would be like, me trying to rank for just e-commerce as opposed to, hey, like, you know, e-commerce websites, Melbourne. You go, okay, I might rank for that, but I'm not going to rank for e-commerce. Like, it'd be pretty hard. So what I'm saying is like a lot of your stuff needs to become a bit tighter around the
Mm-hmm.
words caravanning, do you know what I mean? And on the go and
Yep.
da 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 da.
Yep.
But short
Would you
version,
do
this
caravan and camping laundry bags? Would you expand it out even more?
yeah, 100%. Yeah, that niche, they're very complementary. Yeah. So if we look at SEMrush, and we do camping laundry bags, camping. So there you go. 90 people a month search for that. So
Oh, okay, wow.
that's 90 that's so, and also you actually need to double or triple this number because it's only a sample. But if I do
Mm-hmm.
this, you're there, that's fine. So you're in shopping. But for those people who scroll straight past that, you go, you're not there, you're not there, you're not there. You know where to be seen.
Yeah.
Right? So it's super simple fixes. We come along here and go, hey, caravan and camping laundry bags, done. Because this is never going to rank. So you go, you might as well put something in there that you are. Then we come along
Okay.
here
Easy.
and we go rewrite this, and it's as simple as like ChatGPT, and it won't give you all the secrets, but we'll go, hey, so rewrite this description for me. It's a product page description inside of Shopify. Make it twice as long and use the term camping laundry bags and caravan laundry bags.
Mm-hmm.
So do that, do this. And here you go. Here's your new product page description, right? It's longer. It's now using those phrases. It's still writing it for me, obviously, but easy. You need to do this and you go optimize all your product pages. So such a simple thing that you weren't ranking previously for any of this stuff. And now just because you put those particular keywords in there, and if I wanted to spend more time on it, I'd actually come through and go, hey, also use some of these words and use some of these words and use some of these words and put them in order of importance and get the keyword density done properly so that, you know, all of these words rank for me well, right? But
Yeah.
you can kind of see the process that I've gone through here, and it'd be the same for anything. So if I go plates, you go, right,
Yeah.
it's just going to say bamboo plates, whereas it should say caravan and camping bamboo plates.
Mm-hmm.
You know, same thing again, grab this, go here, and go, now do the same thing for, uh, for this URL. But obviously, I'll just type it easier. Obviously, in this instance, though, just talk about caravan bamboo plates and camping bamboo plates, and also add in other high volume search phrases that are likely to be getting searched in Google. These are shortcuts, but there's way more shortcuts that we teach than just this stuff. So, you know, here you go. What's it going to do? All of this stuff for you, though. Anyway, it's super easy, right? Copy, paste, put it in there, go
Yeah.
done. You know, bam.
Done. Yep. It's a matter of knowing the right things to do.
100%. Yeah. So,
Yep.
it's also a matter of going, cool, I know how to do this now. I don't want to do it. Get an expert to do it. And you go, hey, you go on. Like, it takes you a while for a business owner like yourself to know how to do this at the speed and the scale that I do it. Most smart business owners just go, I can pay someone a couple grand a month and they're going to blast through this. They'll do all of it properly. There's no guesswork. They'll get it done. They'll also build good backlinks to our website. They'll also do a good content marketing strategy. And I come along, look at my end of month reports, and I'm like, fantastic, good job, guys. My search traffic has doubled, you know, or whatever's happened. So if we come back here and we go here, oh, and I've just made everything massive. So like you've got awesome domain authority. 21 is a cracking score. Like your traffic is
Awesome.
declining month on month, what has since January. So
Yeah.
that's because of stuff like this, and that's because you don't have a content strategy, and that's because you're not trying to rank for keywords and phrases with volume, right? So even if there was one thing that you took away from tonight's session, it's like I need more really good quality backlinks, which is easy to do, and good providers will sort that out for you. I need a
Yeah.
content strategy. So, you know, I spoke to Adele about this the other day, and I showed her how to like literally how to do a blog, and any person could do it, right? You know, a 15-year-old kid could pump out a blog for her once a day. So you go do that every day, get an expert to do this stuff for you properly. Make sure, like, because you need to know how to get your way around the tools to do this kind of stuff. Like, it's not just a case of going key rings and go caravan key rings, because maybe no one ever searches for caravan key rings, you know,
Mm.
but maybe people for some reason they search for keychains or something, right? So this is why a good SEO company will come through and go, right, here's the page. We want to sell more of the products. We optimize this. We optimize this. We do what's called on-page optimization in here as well. So on-page optimization means stuff like this. So that, for example, so that product title, it's currently a div. So this is a programming thing, right? But if that was actually a H3 tag instead of a div, every title on this page would rank about 20% better in Google. But these are all the things that you go, I had no idea that's a thing, right? You know, so you
No.
purchased a theme, you set it up, and you go, it is what it is. So, but like our team look at that and go, yeah, easy fix. Then the other easy fix, they come down here to the bottom of the page, and we would put in like 20 or 30 frequently asked questions on the bottom of your page. Something
Yeah.
like this, for example. Because everyone's like, oh, SEO is a scam, and I get blah 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 blah. I'm like, no, it's not, mate. Like, you just got to use the right people. So
Hmm.
this is one of our clients, right? And if you go to where's their portafilters? Um, no idea what this is, but one of our coaches was talking about it this morning. Is it that one? Anyway, I just got to find one with the. Uh, so see this, for example, these are FAQs. So
Hmm.
one thing that all ecom brands should do is you pick your top 20, 30, 40, 50 collections and you go, and please don't do 50 collections. It's crazy. For a brand like yours, you go, hey, we have 20 collections, right? But your 20 collections every month, every week, every couple of days, you should be coming back through, cycling through them and adding more questions and then putting the answer at the bottom of the page. So this is just a piece of code that enables you to do that. But you come through and you're like, if you come here and let's assume that we're on the plates and people will, so if we do bamboo plates and we come here, so um let's go back here. So this will be easy for me. What type of questions do people ask about bamboo plates in the caravanning space? Don't mind my typos. Um, give me 10 questions. So why this is important, I'll explain a few different things here, but let's see what it comes up. There you go. Are bamboo plates safe to use for hot food when camping or caravanning? So people on the internet, right, think about that question. And there's probably 100 people a month who think about that question. And it's the same for all of these other questions. So what we want to do is put that on your collection page, and then we want to make a really long answer also on your collection page. So Google goes, hey, like Victoria's website has the answer to that question. So she must be an authority in the space, right? So
Hmm.
when people ask for that, and then they come over here and then if they do something like this, and we do that, and we do this and put it here. And there's this thing, this is called a knowledge pack, right? The Google Knowledge Pack. So over time, your website starts to appear in here, like the questions and answer stuff appears in here. So this is a quick and dirty hack that everyone should be doing because Google goes, great, we trust our website more. It's a source of authority. It's a source of, you know, you're educating people and blah, blah, blah. We go, we're going to send traffic there. And then what happens? People click the link and they end up here. They don't scroll to the bottom because they've already read the question, right? But they click that link and they go here and they go, oh, great, I'll buy stuff now.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this is basic stuff that people can do from an SEO perspective and just chip away at it month on month on month. And this is before we've even done any Meta ads, any Google ads, anything for you, right? Like SEO would be like do that straight away. Number one. Um, is this helpful so far?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's some basic SEO stuff. Chris, you want to talk about brand stuff? Because I mean, there's not a lot of brand
Yeah, there's
messaging.
not a lot.
It's
Fairly
pretty light
non-existent.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do that and I'll rest.
Yeah, I mean the if I hit this website, all I know about it is the word adventureware, which kind of gives me the idea, but doesn't really tell
Well,
me what you do or why it's better or different or unique. Because it's a super unique product, like super cute. It's the type of thing a caravanning enthusiast would want to buy, but that whole messaging sort of doesn't exist here. Um, kind of tell like accessories for the journey, keepsakes for the soul again, kind of nice, but again, going to SEO doesn't mention the word caravanning, camping, traveling, all those keywords. So again, this is your homepage. The two most important pieces of text are these two pieces. This headline, the H1, this adventure wear, and the H2 accessories for the journey. Those are the two most primary pieces of text that Google's going to go, what's this site about? So at the
Yeah. Okay.
moment, Google thinks the site's about adventure wear. So it's categorizing you somewhere in whatever it thinks adventure wear is. And it might categorize you under accessories, right? But accessories could be hats or gloves or shoes or badges or like accessories is such a massive thing that's going to kind of take you down a rabbit hole of things that you're not actually about. Yeah, so like the ideal headline is sort of the art and science of really good keyword. That's the main thing that we're trying to rank for. So it's caravan and camping tableware or something like that, right? Caravan and camping. What would you call at a high level kind of what, like plates and tumblers, and it's kind of like tableware or
Tableware,
dinerware or
dinnerware. Yeah,
dinnerware,
dinnerware. Yeah.
like caravan dinnerware, right? So like that's the big catch-all term that's got thousands of, let's assume that's got thousands of searches a month or hundreds of searches a month.
260 a month caravan dinner
Caravan
sets.
dinner set, something like that. Caravan dinnerware.
Yeah.
So something like that. I mean, at the moment, that's not in there. So even if you put in caravan dinner sets, like beautiful caravan dinner sets for caravanning enthusiasts, you're number one calling out to Google what the site's about, and then you're also referencing who it's for. So when somebody jumps in and like, is this for me? That text needs to tell me that if I'm looking for caravan dinnerware, then I'm in the right place. And if I'm the type of person that should be buying this, I'm in the right place. So, audience definition. So, is that caravanning enthusiasts? Is that middle-aged travelers? Is that inner city escapees? Right? How would those people kind of label themselves? So, ideally, the audience, when you call them out, they go, "Oh, that's me," right? And kind of talk about this when we do the brand strategy process. I talk about this as this idea of the doctor on the plane test, or the doctor on the plane analogy. You may or may not have heard of this before. But basically, if you imagine that you're on a plane and a little kid starts to choke, and mum jumps up and says, "Is there a doctor on the plane?" Like 4 or 5 people might go, "Yes, I'm a doctor, I'm a doctor, I'm a doctor," which may or may not be useful. But if the mum jumps up and says, "Is there a child, a pediatric ear, nose, and throat specialist on the plane?" And the one guy goes, "Yes, that's me," like that's the guy that can help with that specific problem, right? So that's what you don't want to identify doctors. You want to identify the pediatric ear, nose, and throat specialist, because that's the person that you want to speak to. And as much as that's like this sort of hyper niching, when you focus on that really niche person, you also collect the doctors and you collect the other ears, nose and throat people and the other pediatricians, et cetera, et cetera. But you want to sort of hyper niche down to like, who's this ideally for? Who's the person that if they came to the shop every day, they'd buy the plates one day, then they'd buy the cups, then they'd buy the next one, they'd buy it for gifts, they'd tell everybody about it because they absolutely love it. That's the person we want to somehow call out, whether we directly say, "Hey, this is for camping enthusiasts," or we use terminology and words that resonate with that type of person. So that kind of the brand voice can speak to a type of person. So I can, like, for example, if and this sort of changes as well with the brand. So Adele might be selling a similar product, but she would speak very differently about it because that's her personality. And then you would speak about the same product another way because that's your personality. So that's where sort of brand voice and brand tone, even for selling the same thing, the way you language it, now that becomes a differentiator because the people that are attracted to you and are like you and resonate with you will buy from you. And those that still want to buy the product, but they resonate better with Adele, for example, or Karen or Paul, they'll go and buy from them because they feel a certain way when they get communicated to by that brand.
Wait, can I just
So
jump in? Sorry, Chris. We changed our collection for Van Gogh and a while ago because the bamboo wasn't where we were selling. So for us, the Tory's laundry bags and key rings are top sellers for us. So we had it very bamboo focused before. We redid our collection to incorporate everything because it's not just the bamboo that is beautiful. It's like the laundry bags and the key rings and the toilet bag. Well, there's other stuff that goes with it. So we adjusted that, and our results, I think, have gone up for her collection since we did that. So that was, I'll send you that link, Tori, because
Thank you.
that's working really well.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, so I mean
That's the
that
hard thing I find for this is it's so many things, you know, it's tableware, but it's, as Adele said, it's bags and it's cups and it's china mugs and it's key rings, and there's so many different facets to the brand. It's
yeah,
hard
Yeah,
to
but
know
I
you
mean
can't
sometimes where to
you
focus.
you
yeah,
just can't be
oh,
you
sorry, Paul.
can't be everything to everybody though, not on the first touch point, right? So you kind of
Yeah.
want to go, all right, someone lands on our website, you know what? We just go, so and give me 2 seconds, but so what as a and I've only just knocked this together like fast, but if we go edit and we do this,
But
where
it
is
might be something like it's rather than going into the dinnerware, maybe it's camping accessories, right? Or
so
designer, it's designer camping accessories, right? Or
Mm.
something like that, right?
so camping tableware, mugs, plates, and bags made for the road. I did that in just 2 seconds, right? But all of
Yeah,
these
no.
phrases here have a lot more search volume than that. And immediately, like a lot of people, you know, like Adele's in this space. She goes, yeah, I can buy more mugs, plates, bags made for the road, tableware. And then you
Yeah.
just use this supporting thing here. So this is your H2. So then we start changing it, you know, like this, you know, from caravan dinner sets to illustrated travel bags, spring beauty and function to every outdoor meal. I didn't spend much time on that, and there's a reason it takes Chris much longer to do this because I could, you know, you do it properly and it's better.
Of
But
course.
you see that immediately, you go, shit, that sounds better already, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And there's search volume in all of them, you know,
Mm.
caravan dinner sets, camping tableware. Like even if you probably just made these changes alone, you're probably going to get an extra 20% traffic every month to your website.
Yeah,
And
nice.
again, it's not perfect. I've got like 20 variations that I can give you based on, you know,
Mm.
caravan
Mm.
dinner sets, camping crockery, and stylish travel bag. There's so many different ways we can skin this. What it all comes back to is you need to go as the business owner. You go, really, what are the top 3 or 4 collections that I really want to focus on, you know, and lead with them in this. And then what are the next ones that I want to focus on, and then lead with them with this, right? And then what is the overarching stuff that I want to focus on and go, great, like have I covered that? So because people will come through and I'll buy a mug and I'll buy a plate, and then they're going through the checkout process and I go, oh yeah, key ring, whatever, I'll add that to the cart, and something else,
Mm.
add that to the cart, blah, blah, blah. But this is kind of what I stand for, right?
Yeah. It
Makes
is all
sense?
about a collection. Yeah, it all makes perfect sense. It is all
Yeah.
about a collection with this whole brand. It's something I've always wanted people to collect pieces along the way. It might be as they journey around Australia and go somewhere to a different stockist, they'd find it and add to their collection. So, and I'm just
Mm.
not quite sure how to incorporate that
Like
into the website.
Pokemon. It's like Pokemon's got to collect them all.
Yeah, got to
Well,
collect them
yeah.
all.
But even like thinking about that, right? You've kind of like I would be encouraging you to do shop by category, move that up higher, and move bestsellers down further. Because if people are inclined to buy products from you based on the type of collection that they're in, then lead with that, you know? So,
Yeah.
for example, if you go, hey, like our business primarily is focused on dinner sets, laundry bags, tableware, water bottles, key rings. Is there, I don't know what else there is in here. There's another one floating over there that I can't access.
Something.
What it,
No. Oh,
something's
good.
broken.
Yeah.
You go, that's
Mugs or
fine.
tumblers.
You know, you go, that's it. But these 4 things, like, that's it. Keep adding to your collection, you know.
Mm.
Because even thinking about, how do I say this with trying to keep the brand young and trendy and stuff as well. Like, if we think about our nanas and stuff, right? If you go to their kitchen, you know, they all have like this collective bunch of cups, drink bottles, plates, blah, blah, blah. And they sit in the family forever, you know? Like I've got plates, I've got cups that my nan's had for like 40 years. And I've got a couple of those cups right now because they're like a family icon, you know? So
Mm.
you go, how does my business work kind of in that context? I don't imagine it's a key ring, but like this stuff and this stuff could easily kind of go into that where you go, because families will go, oh yeah, remember we use that plate when we're in Darwin, and we use that plate when we're in Western Australia, and blah blah blah, and you know, and then it kind of, because you've put your flag in the sand and go, hey, this is what we're really known for. You go, great. Well, then that's what should go on up here. And that's also what should go on in your best sellers. You know, you got a question, Adele? You got your hand up there or had like a thing? No, you good?
She's on
She's
mute
got-
as we
No,
speak.
I thought it
There
was
we
a
are.
clap icon, but it wasn't. 'Cause
Oh,
what
it's
you were
clap
saying,
icon.
I was clapping.
Yeah.
Do you have
Isn't
a
it-
bundle? Can I like buy everything all at once?
No, I've just read about all that and thought, yep, okay, got to do bundles.
Like I've just bought I haven't, but hey, I just bought a caravan, or I'm about to buy a
Yeah.
caravan, about to
Give me
take the whole
everything.
family away for Christmas. I just want to get everything all at once because it now all looks the same. It's got
Yeah.
cute
Yes.
caravans on it. I got my cups, I got my bowls, I got, like everything's good
Yep.
to go. Just give me
Set up the
everything for
starters pack. Yeah.
$1,000 or whatever it is, and I've got everything, and I've just spent, I don't know, 100 grand on the caravan
100
or
grand on
whatever.
the caravan. Yeah.
Another
Yeah.
$1,000, I get it fully fitted out, and it all looks the same, and it's cute and pretty, and I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Done.
Good idea. Yep.
And,
On the
and
list.
everyone needs one of these, obviously, because this is the greatest logbook ever. Like, that's
It
got to
is.
be in the bundle. But you're right, though. Like, because then you can run ads like a crazy lady for that. You know, you go, hey, come buy this $500 thing, you know, and
Yeah.
it might cost you $30-$40 to get the sale. But there's so many caravan people out there. Like you said, they've gone to spend 100 G's on their caravan, and I don't
Yeah.
know, Adele, you can tell me 150 grand on their bloody Silverado,
200, 220.
200 grand. Yeah. So they're like, yeah, cool, $1,000 with some all this other cool stuff that makes me look good too.
Which you're
Done.
going to
Yeah.
buy anyway, right? You got to buy all this stuff regardless. If you don't,
Yeah, absolutely.
might as
Yeah,
well look cool and be matching.
You have
Yep.
tons and tons of potential in this business, like
Thank
monstrous.
you.
Both of you do, you know. So like, perfect place for you is our inner circle program. Just fixed all these things that you've got wrong. You know what I mean? Quickly. And
Yeah,
go,
look, it's the guidance I need, Paul, to be honest. I you know, you read all this stuff and you listen to all these people and you just it's overwhelmed, to be honest. I need to work with someone who's just going to go do this first, that second, go off and do it. I'm more than happy to do it. I
Yep.
just need the guidance as to what to do, how to do it, and then I'm as happy as Larry and I'll get it done, churn through it.
Yeah. I mean, and you're probably not even doing anything. Are you doing Amazon?
No.
Oh, well, God, you could do bits crushing Amazon in, you know, countries all over the world and as well, like, and that's easy. You just get stock made, ship it to Amazon and go, hey, pick it and pack it for us. Like, it's
Yeah.
like, please don't take this as any negative whatsoever, but like, you're in the business, like I call them the boring e-commerce businesses because it's not
Thank you.
complicated. No, I mean it because like it's boring and it's also really good, right? Because your products don't have warranty issues. They don't have lots of questions and answers. They don't have, like, some of our clients, you know, they're in the complicated businesses and they're the people who make the least amount of money because they sell complicated products. Ecom
Yeah.
businesses that are in the boring ecom businesses with no questions and answers, minimal customer support, easy to ship and pack. They're the best kind of businesses, right? And the easiest to scale because you just go, you know, your next problems would be, shit, we don't have enough money to buy stock. You go, okay, that's easy, go get a loan. We need 50, we need 500 of these, 500 of these, blah, blah, blah. Because it's like Adele, how she sells this thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, couldn't get any easier. You just go, okay, how do we sell more of that? Like, her problem would be good if we could sell it for a bit more money because then we can acquire customers a bit more aggressively. But
Yes.
same thing. There you go.
New version, updated version comes out in 2 days, and it's going to
Oh,
be
yippee.
$19.95. Woohoo!
There you go.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I
You know
gotta
what I mean?
sell
But
this
again,
stock first.
simple product thing, like super easy to sell, like no questions, like just use it. When you finish using it, get rid of it, whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
not a complicated business. So that's what everyone, like, yeah, good industry as well. Like, you know, everyone in the space has a lot of money. They're not tight asses. So
Yeah.
you're probably selling your products cheap as well. Like, you probably sell it for more. So
Yeah, I mean, look, the industry's not going anywhere. It fluctuates like any industry, but it's not going anywhere.
yeah. I'm gonna just, I don't know if it's gonna work. I'll bring my tablet into this. I'll just map out your plan, what you should do as a digital marketing plan, if this will work. Actually, it's not gonna work. I'll just do this. Stop screen sharing. Whiteboard, existing whiteboard. And for anyone who's watching this later, like when we do the full workshop, we do the same thing that we're doing here, except we just like, we do a bit fancier opening session at the start. So we didn't need to do that. So all right, so here's a fast path plan of what you should be doing over the next like year, basically.
Yep.
You have some, oh, what did I do there? Press something. Hang on. Oh no.
What's wrong?
Okay, so
Yeah.
all good. I think I fixed it. First thing, website. So that you've got some CRO issues. That just means you've got some conversion issues that you need to fix. Fix them. Easy. We help you with that. We do like a full quote. Like it depends on how you want help. If you join our inner circle, you know, we do a full quote audit. If not, we give you the tools and you do it yourself. But either way, you need to do a quote audit. Number two, you need to know your brand strategy, because I kind of gave you some shortcuts in there, but it's still not perfect. You got to fix those two things. Next, I would just fix your SEO strategy. So that SEO is an ongoing thing. It's not a do it once kind of, you know, you keep going. So go over here. Got to fix your on page. So on page is like all of the collection structures. That takes a bit of time to do. Then you need a content strategy. So call it content strategy, which is like doing blogs every month, useful blogs, makes you an expert in the space. You probably want to trickle out some good quality backlinks to the website as well over the next year or so, just so you get that 31 number that I showed you on my screen, or 21 up to like 28, 29. If you get it up to 28, 29, and you fix this and you fix this, your traffic will go up by about 9 times. All right. So this is not a cheap exercise, I'll say, to do. You know, like you could easily come along and dump like 10 grand, 20 grand in doing this. But if you think about it, you go, hey, with the business in the state, if the website in the state that it's in at the moment, it does 50 grand a month or something, you go, okay, well, if I 7x, 8x that, and I got my revenue to 200K, you go, well, it's worthwhile spending 225 grand over the next 12 months to keep my revenue at 100 grand a month forever. Right. So really important whenever you're ready to do that. Next one would be, I haven't looked at your meta ads at the moment, but I imagine they could probably do some work. You know, lots of
I have no doubt.
Yeah, lots of cool video in your ads. Get someone professional to run your ads. Easy. So if I was you, these are the things that I would be starting at, and then I'd have a look at what's going on with your email. Like, how big is your email database at the moment? Is it hundreds or is it
Offhand,
thousands?
offhand, I couldn't tell. Yeah. 8,000-9,000,
Oh, dude.
10,000, I think.
No, we spat my drink out then. Okay. Yeah. So and how often are you emailing them?
Not often enough.
Oh, you're killing me. Okay.
I know.
That many people, it's like going to the ATM and standing there, and the ATM's going to you, press some buttons, Victoria, and we'll give you money. And you're like, no, I don't want to. It's literally, that's what's going on. And you're just walking past and waving at the ATM as it's sitting there going, all this money is inside of waiting for you to do something. So I would probably say build out an email campaign, right? So it's like twice a month. Hey, we got a new product. Hey, we had some great reviews. Hey, we got a video. Hey, we're at a trade show. Hey, we did anything. Hey, we're still alive. We like selling. we like selling things. Would you like to buy some things? You know, easy. You go, there's another 100 grand just by doing that, right? Just from email. So, so this easy. We help you fix that. This easy. We help you fix that. This easy. All easy. This is all you need to do to get your business to 7-figure business. And then there's still other stuff that you can do that's going to be better than this, that we can go, hey, you know, do this stuff yourself as well, right? Makes sense.
But you can build to that. Yeah. I mean, I can't, just jump in and go, yep, I've got 20 grand to drop with you. I need to build up to that.
Yeah. No, you can start at 19,999. That's no stress. No, but no, you can start here and you can do this, and then you can go here and then you can go there. And yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what Adele's gonna do. She's just warming up. She's just sending me soup every day until she's confident, and then she's like, I should have done this ages ago. I'm like, yeah, should have, but it's the process people go through.
Yep.
So hope that's good.
It's a process. I don't mind. You're very helpful, Paul. Thank you so much. Very helpful indeed.
All right. Who's next? Who do you want to do this next for?
If is Aaron still around?
We got Sarah. I think we met you before, Sarah.
I think Aaron jumped off.
Jumped off. We got Sarah. We have actually looked at her website before. We have spoken.
Cakes.
Right? Yes,
I believe cakes.
Yes, I think Karen's jumped in as well with
Karen Bassel.
Yes.
River Home.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Go on, Chris. You look at Riverhome. Chris Vallado.
Well, which Chris? Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Can you pop it up on your screen, please? And we'll go into it.
Ooh, wow.
Where is it?
Okay. See if you can see if you got any advice at all for this one, Chris.
Yeah, no worries. Karen, if you're still around, do you want to come off mute for a little bit? Maybe
Oh,
turn
my.
the video on if you can.
There's a bit going on here.
No advice. Perfect. Okay.
How are you? There we are.
Good. How are you?
Doing really well. Thanks for
That's
jumping
good.
in. Is this your first session on one of these? I don't think I've
Yes.
seen.
Yes.
Ah, awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm sure you're getting a lot out of the last hour. We're probably going to do a little bit of that for you as well. Do you want to give a bit of a background on your business, everything that's going on, same, so then we can just kind of with context
Yep.
see what we can do.
Selling craft stuff. Started in 2019, end of 2019. Yes, furniture paint, decor stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Let's start off with the very top, I reckon here. So like I mean, immediately a problem when you land on a homepage, you want to have straight away everyone to be able to see like what it is that you do. I know we have it written here, welcome to Rustic River Home, and you do go into that a little bit. Usually we like to have like a big image or something that's going to be relevant to your business, but right now you've probably noticed on the computer half of the screen of the real estate instantly is just taken up by menu. So
Mm.
these are, do you know what your conversion rate is at the moment, by any chance?
It is 2.7%.
That's pretty good. Not bad,
Yeah.
considering. Is this organic traffic? Is this are you running meta ads?
I'm running Google ads.
Yeah.
But just on the products. So I've got my shop link too. So it's just the products that's got the ad on. Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. I mean that it's always a good, like, even if it's 2.7%, just the fact that it's already doing that well. If you were to just change some things around the website and make it better functioning, it's just going to increase the conversion rate on what you've already got going on. So first of all, I would definitely recommend, is this, Paul, do you reckon this is like a theme limitation here, like that's causing this menu to be half the screen? Because
It's a bit of both. There's also you got a lot of menu items.
a lot of
like
yeah.
any menu is going to blow out because you've got so many menu items.
Mm.
The logo placement, the search placement.
Yeah.
So it's like
Also,
when we
you've
talk
got-
about the fold, right? You know, you go below the fold, above the fold is like the menu takes, like you said, takes up the whole thing. There's no
Yeah.
consistency with the menu structure. That's the first thing. You know, we go from
Mm.
something called Fusion to something called Milk Paint by Fusion to they're all different. Do you know what I mean? So some should
that's
be
a
now,
brand.
some
That's
yeah.
another
So
thing.
yeah, it should be using mega menus. So should we go, hey, here's all the paints and shop by
Yeah.
paint or shop by brand or shop by product type or shop by
Yeah, I think I've got it on
something.
shop by brand at the moment. Yeah, I've got all the brands on these. So yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you don't do
Yeah.
that, not in the menu. You have one
Yeah.
theme that says shop by brand, you go to brand and you go there. And then when you
Mm.
click the brand, then you filter within the brand and you go, hey, this is paint, this is MDF, this is whatever, a
Mm.
Caravan accessory for the other ladies, you know what I mean? You go, blah, but not this way. I'll put a link into this chat that will show you how to remap this out because that's not
Okay.
right at the moment.
I was thinking
Yeah.
maybe can you get up Toy Box Tales just quickly, just as an example? It
This
just
is
be
Chris's screen,
visually. Yeah, it's just another website that we've built here, Karen. But see, instantly when we land here, the way the menu is built out and the top, see how little real estate that takes up. So instantly when
yep.
someone lands on your website, the first thing they're seeing is about the business, about what they do. And you just kind of you gotta assume when people land on your website, you're gonna have a high bounce rate if we're not addressing these things because people are lazy
Yep.
generally. Like when
Yep.
we build websites, we kind of build them in a way where it's very easy user experience, and it's built like even someone who doesn't know how to use the internet just about could purchase from these websites. So if we expect them to scroll to be able to take action, it's just going to lower your conversion rate naturally. So you can see kind of like here, bang, it's a big nice kind of big picture that's relevant to our business. It looks lovely. It kind of the feel of the brand is there. Then we got the wording, which you haven't really gone into your branding too much, but like it's the who we are, what we do, why we're different. And then right below you got bang reviews, and then right below that is we call them brand trust icons. It's just like why people should buy from your brand, not necessarily the product itself, but Like
Yep.
you'll notice a lot of what we do instantly is like building trust. It's just like, this is who we are, this is what we do, this is why you should buy from us before we even go into shopping. But it's like, it's such, if you go any website we build, it's got this experience built into it, and that's just the homepage. Do you want to go back to Rustic River, Paul?
Yeah, and you see like how much information is in this above the fold versus here. So like basically it's the business name, some menu, the business name again, and some social icons is like the bulk of that whole thing. Versus there's story here. Like I kind of still get the idea of all the things they do, plus specifics about how they operate and who they are and what I can expect. So.
I'll say quickly too, right? Go to the chat function in Zoom, all of you, if you're on a computer.
Yeah.
I've put 2 links in there. It's taken me 25 years to figure out how to do this method this way. So usually I don't give this away for free on this call, but you'll see if you go to the Google Doc, like I talk about, you know, grouping some things by nouns, you know, so like chainsaw, fan, shoes, dresses, that's a noun, obviously, right? But then you've got noun phrase collections, which might be like pet supplies, beauty supplies, you know, cupcakes for parties, right? That's like a noun phrase, right? And then we go into interactive and constructive collections, right? Which is different again. And then we go contextual. So you go, hey, like beach and pool, fishing and hunting. So why I've showed you this way of doing it is I'm just like, start with like at maximum, use like 2 or 3 of these naming conventions, right? So for example, if you sell cakes, and I was talking to you, for example, Sarah, you know, you go, hey, birthday cakes, anniversary cake, wedding cakes, da da da, you know, that goes into like the now it's like that's a phrase, right? Versus, you know, chocolate cakes or vanilla cakes. It's you don't put them together. Do you know what I mean? And also when you start to use nouns or noun phrases or something, you can also use them in your filters, right? So for example, someone could be in a wedding cake section, you know, but a filter might be like vanilla wedding cake or chocolate wedding cake or something. 99% of people stuff this up. They don't get the way this build out their collections properly. So, and when I say collections, I like the document's called the e-commerce category framework. So all of those things in here are what's linking to your collections inside of Shopify, right? Does that make sense to everyone on the call? Like, and when you get this right, it's like so important because this is how people search the internet, right? So the best way to do this is go, how would my customer shop? You know, so for example, maybe for Victoria and Adele, your audience, you know, maybe they don't shop by nouns such as plates, right? Maybe everything they do is go camping plates, right? So it's different, but you go, yeah, we're going to get way more traffic for that than we would for just plates. Do you see where I'm going? So it also takes a bit of thinking to do this properly, because if you sell a product that is quite broad, you know, you go like knives, you go, well, I don't want to have a bloody knife section because I'm never ever going to rank for friggin' knives, but I may rank for caravan knives or camping knives or hunting knives or cooking knives or cake making knives or whatever, right? You go, so I'm going to build the whole website and the whole collection structure and the whole menu structure around that way of doing things, right? So very, very important. Also very important when it comes to running Google Ads and doing SEO, right? Because the last thing you want is like an SEO company going, yeah, I'm going to try and rank you for knives, Adele. It's going to take us 9 years to do it and $47,000 and hope we get there someday. Whereas you go, oh, can you just try and rank for caravan knives instead? You know, it's not as competitive and I will pay you less, but you might actually get a result. Makes sense why I do this way.
Yeah.
And you can see there's another document in there, navigation structure template as well. So you go, you know, like you can do shop by new, shop by bestsellers, shop by category now, and then shop by brand, and then blah, 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 blah. Like you've seen how we did it on Toy Box Tales, like it's different again. And you go to another website, it's different again. You know, like there we've got shop by age, you know, so kids for 1 year, toys for 1-year-olds, toys for 2-year-olds. You know what I mean? So it takes a bit of thinking to do it properly. But if you do it properly, it's like, yeah, even that there, scroll up a bit, Chris, or whoever's controlling the screen, you know, a bit more. like something to wear, you know, like something to make, like, so when you get in those sections, you can optimize them better. So, like, yeah, anyway, I can't stress this enough. Everyone stuffs this up and end up with
And
millions
that
of
affects your
collections.
traffic. So that affects your traffic for like what you're going to rank for on Google, right? Like if you have strange collections or non-competitive keywords in your collections, like you're just not going to rank for them on Google.
Well, multiple things, right? Like, so there's a thing called a Google crawl budget, right? So Google allocates a budget to your website of how many collections it wants to look at, right? When it crawls your website. So if you have a stupid amount of collections, it's diluting the collections that you actually want it to be crawling, right? So you want them to come back, especially if you're optimizing stuff. So if you're optimizing your top 20 collections, like I said at the start of the meeting, the call tonight, but you have another 400 other collections sitting there doing nothing, Google might be looking at them and then looking at your new ones and then look at other random ones and like, you go, shit, nothing's happening. Like, I'm not getting rewarded for doing all this hard work, right? But you know, if you had have gone at the start, and like I said again, and I want to be just, you know, this is a, like, take note, we focus on these collections. So our menu have these collections. Everything has these collections. This is what we're focusing, all right? Much easier business to run, you know.
Yeah.
Much
Absolutely.
easier business to optimize for as well, because again, when you go to an SEO company, you go, hey, like, I only want you to work on these 10 collections. Get me to number 1. You know, because a lot of the shitty SEO agencies out there will go, oh, hey, we got you ranking, Adele, for, you know, tent pegs for pink caravans. And you're like, great. You go, well, no one ever searches for that though. Whoop to do that. You go, I want you to rank me for, you know, you know, whatever the phrase is. No, rank me for that thing. Come back and when you tell me when you rank me for that, and I'm getting 600 visitors a month for that particular keyword on that particular collection. You're like, yeah, great, good result. You see where I'm kind of going, you know, the way I'm explaining this in this method.
Yeah, for sure, man. Let's go through the rest of the page. This is just the home page, obviously. So we go straight into what are these collections here you're showing me, Karen? Are these like
sorry, say.
So these what we're looking at now are these your most popular
Yep,
paints?
yes, that's the main collections of paints. Yep, paints and decor stuff. So yep.
Yeah, I would make that more obvious what this is. So there's nothing actually suggesting what these collections are. I think at the moment the website is operating a bit kind of like a brochure with a checkout, whereas we're really missing like all the extra info about who we are, about what these like why these collections are so different or special or unique, and any connection piece to like usually we tell people like try and put yourself in the website or have something in there as well. It's like your story. Same way we're going through that before with Victoria, and same thing with we've done with Adele, is like we need to connect with our buyers. People are going to buy from you, not necessarily from your brand. So it's important that we're actually making an effort to connect to people. Otherwise, to be honest, like you might just end up getting price shopped. That's kind of just how this works. So, I mean, your conversion rate's pretty good considering. Like, it just means it could be so much better if we were to implement these different changes, have a bit more brand messaging on it, and then even on the product page here, let's go into it. It's kind of missing. Yeah. So, like, generally on this product page, what you want to do is like people have already clicked onto that product. You know they're interested. We got to reaffirm why they're about to purchase this product. Whereas we kind of just have the name of the thing, and then we got some descriptions below. Yeah, it's kind of just missing a couple important decision-making pieces. How many products do you have? Are we talking like hundreds, thousands?
Hundreds, yep.
Hundreds, okay, yeah. So what would you do in this case, Paul? Where, because like, you know, Chris, Toybox Tales is a funny example because they got 5,000 different products. You can't do lovely product pages for each of them. In this kind of a range, I would be probably focusing on whatever your most popular product or profitable products are, and then doing a bit more selling on those pages. For example, just say this was your most popular product. We like to usually include about 4 or 5 dot points right there. Like, what are the main key, benefits or features of this product that someone, when they look at it, they'll read those and say, yeah, this is why I'm purchasing this thing.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what that is for this. Sorry, Paul, if you want to cut in.
Well, scroll up. Why is it a $9 product or a $10 a week with ZipPay? $9 AUD.
Oh, that's on all the pages, yeah.
I reckon that might be causing a little problem. If
Yeah.
the product's $9, they got to pay $10 a week with ZipPay. So, but
Mm,
there is other obvious stuff missing on there. No social proof. No people have purchased it. No people are looking at it. Like the wrong add to cart button. You can barely see add to cart button. I mean,
yeah.
a lot of people out there with like issues with their eyesight and stuff. They go, "Where's the bloody button?" So the way that works, the way that pop up like that, they convert terribly. So you just need what we call our high converting framework, and you just reskin it and use our high converting framework and put that on, and it'll fix a lot of your issues, right? Because it's like if you don't want to go and get a full custom website, like same with this checkout, terrible that these carts like this convert so badly, and you're missing huge opportunity to do upsell, downsell, cross sells, bundles, anything. Like if Chris goes to the next page, scroll down, Chris, and go like, go check out. Yeah. It's going to take me straight to your cart page without giving me the option to buy anything else. Oh, this page hasn't been styled or anything either. Yeah. Okay. Righto. Yeah, go back. So
I see this as a win. Like if it's 2.7% right now, I see that as a win, that if you were to implement these things, you'll see a dramatic change in your conversion rate, which did you mind sharing how much roughly you're spending on ads at the moment?
About $250 a month. So it's not high.
Okay.
Yeah.
What revenue does the business do a month at the moment, Karen?
About 15.
15K. Yeah. So I mean, like example, right? If you tripled that, if you just tripled that, do nothing else, do whatever it is you're doing to generate that, and I say just triple your conversion rate. You're doing 35K a month. Never promise it, you know what I mean? But I mean, like we've got a product that we'd sell you. It's like $2,000. I go, buy this, install it, do what we tell you to do. You'll have a new site in like bloody 4 weeks. That all the other ladies who have purchased this 2K thing have. They've done it themselves, right? It's a bit different for like what Victoria needs and Adele needs because you're a bit, newer than they are. But you literally do that, and then your product page is better, collection page is better, home page is better, checkout page is better, and you go, cool, now just wait and see what happens. Like theoretically, it should double your conversion rate at a bare minimum because it's going to make your site actually usable because this is super hard to use. So you go, great, like $2,000 and I've doubled my conversion rate, my money back in a month. But if you don't do anything, you go, great. Well, if I don't do anything for the next 12 months, you go, well, 12 times $15,000 that I've lost for the next 12 months for whatever. You go, yeah, that's the $100,000 I could have had. Do you know what I mean? Like this is why we do this thing every week. Because I'm like, mate, just like fix your conversion rate issue. Unless you don't like money, like it's simple as that. Like it's one of the most basic things. You've got nice product photos, like what we're looking at here is called a product card. It's actually working really bad. You don't even have an add to cart button on your product card. So again, like people are just leaving because they're like, how do I use this website? Which is why like I'll never guarantee it, but I'm like, you could probably triple your conversion rate. And you go, and what will tripling your conversion rate mean to you personally? Like 40 grand a month is much better than 15 grand a month, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
this is one of those things where like we try to help people pick like the lowest hanging fruit possible, and like you've got the products, obviously people like it, you're already selling a decent amount, you clearly got some traffic going towards the website like organically and with your Google ads. So you've got these two parts, and it's like if you're trying to figure out how to grow the business, the next step, it's not going to be how do we pay money to run ads, like more ads to get more traffic, because where you're sending the traffic isn't really optimized to convert. So when we look at businesses like this, we're just like, the first step is going to be fix this so it's going to convert better, because then all the traffic you're already sending is going to already increase naturally. And then when you do decide to run meta ads or Google ads, you know that you're sending it to a website that's built to convert. So it's just going to make you more profitable in the long run. It's kind of an inevitable thing. No matter what business you're running, it's inevitable that you'll get to this point where you're at, where you just need a better website. You just do. And it's like, did you build this yourself, or you had help with? And you've done you've done a pretty damn good job by yourself. And you get to and like you get to the point where you're not supposed to be a web developer. you're running you're a business owner. So I think you're at that point where you just need to figure out whatever that looks like for you, how to get this website to where it needs to be, whether it's the converter kit that we have, or we just build your website, or there's a few other ways you can do this.
I'll just get us to do it properly, honestly. Like it's
Yeah.
you've had a crack, you've got 15 grand a month out of this thing. Like it's there. Like the business is primed and ready to go. You
Yeah.
just go, no, do it properly. Like, guys, I can't stress this enough when I say this to everybody. I'm like, you've proven you've got a business model that works. Be different if you come to me and you go, Paul, I do $500 a month. And I go, your website's terrible. I go, and you go, I don't have any money. I go, cool, buy this thing. It's going to be way better. But you've got a business that is like, it's proven that it works. You've got an okay conversion rate on a website that, no offense, obviously, to yourself, but like you said, you're not a web designer. I'm like, mate, just fix it. Like, it could be a game changer for you. I always use the analogy, like I love using the analogy at least once on these things, but I'm like, it's not like, hey, do you have a partner? You married or anything?
Yep.
Yeah,
Married.
and I always
Yep.
use the example. I'm like, when you are out looking for Mr. or Mrs. whatever's going on, these days you got to be careful. But let's say you had a hubby, you went out trying to find hubby, you went out, you dressed really nice, you spoke really nice, and then you found him, right? And because you did that, now you've probably got family or grandkids or whatever, and nice houses and blah blah blah. Most people don't do that in the e-com space. Like they go out there and they don't dress good and they don't speak good and they have these websites that don't ever convert good. So they come home with like, Kevin from the pub in his, and he's a terrible catch. Well, that was shit, right? You know what I mean? So exactly the same with the website. You're like, okay, like, time to make it look better, time to make it sound better. Like it's gonna give me more money, easily the next step for you that you should be doing on this journey, I think. So Chris will talk to you about how all that works, and we'll get cracking.
Yeah,
So,
of course. Anyone from today's call who's just interested in chatting a bit further about how we can help you guys, like I'm just gonna drop a link here. See just a link in the chat. That is just going to be a strategy session just to see like what we can do for you guys and how that all look. It's like no pressure kind of thing. If you want to go ahead,
no, there'll be pressure because we want you to make more money. So
Well,
like, come on, hurry up, let's go. So, honestly, like, I'm sure you guys are used to dealing with salespeople, and in the interest of being very transparent, if I think I can sell you a thing that's going to make you a lot of money, I'm going to sell you the thing. Like, because I don't want people come back here 6 months and be like, oh, I'm still doing the same thing. I'm like, I could have sold you something for 5 grand that made you 50. It's my duty to sell you that thing. Honestly, do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's important that we go, hey, like, I can see all the potential. Obviously, you know that the potential is there, but now we've uncovered the potential. Here's what it costs to get that thing going. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm always going to go, cool, sell it at the pace that you need it. I'm not going to be like, hey, give me 50 grand and you'll make 50 grand back. What's the point? That's stupid, But we're going to go, hey, you're going to invest this and this is what's going to happen. And then once you do that, we're going to do the next thing and the next thing, right? Like, this is simple economics. So it's good for you. It's good for us. You make more money. We make money. Happy days. So anyone who watches this later, if you come to these sales calls, come ready to do some stuff, right? Because I don't want people to all wishy-washy and like, oh, thanks anyway. I'll stay poor forever. And I'll, like, sorry, I've got better things to do. I like making people money. I know it's a weird hobby, but I'm good at it. So on that note, it's been fun. I hope you guys, do you want to have a look at your stuff quick, Sarah? Or you're happy to spectate tonight?
Hi. Yeah, you can have a look if you like. Can you hear me okay? I've tried to make some changes since we chatted last. It's at studiocakes.com.au.
All right. Let's have a look. Chris, you can bring it up. You're on a roll. You did so good with the last one. You can do this one. And I'll jump in.
I'm struggling with the same things around menu. I find that so challenging trying to consolidate a working menu that makes sense and that doesn't occupy so much space. And so that's something that I've been working on.
All right, we'll have a look. What's
Studio Cakes? All right, can we see Studio Cakes?
That's it.
All right, beautiful. All right, I think we've got the same sort of issue in that when we land here, we're just straight into shopping very, very instantly. So that whole like who we are piece, what we do, why you should be coming to us instead of going somewhere else, it's not here. That's really a brand messaging thing. I think that it has a good feel to the website. I feel like you've designed it in a way that I feel like I feel like it fits the business, but it's just missing messaging straight up. And like some people might disagree. I don't know if anyone does, but the way we build our websites, it's very heavy on the trust up front.
Yeah.
This goes if any. Go ahead.
No, you
go ahead.
I was just going to say, I just rearranged. If you scroll down, there's like a big banner, which was the one further down. Yeah. And it's sort of like the cake tells a story thing. And that was my banner. And I only just recently moved it down because there's 3 parts to the business. There's the kind of click and collect fast, buy a cake right now stuff. And then there's design your own cake. And then there's shopping. And I'm really struggling with these 3 elements to make something that is cohesive and not overly focusing on one at the expense of any of the others. So that's where my challenge is. And I mean,
these just sound like different products. Honestly, doesn't seem like one of those problems where we have a brand that kind of speaks to different audiences. These just sound like different products. Like to me, I mean, this isn't really my expertise here, but like, to me, this could honestly just be collections. Like it's a make it yourself type cake. Make it personal, a custom built cake, I'm assuming, and then a expedited shipping cake. Honestly, this could probably be an option in shipping, really. But instead we've done this and then moved this down. Honestly, this in particular, I think is just taking out way too much real estate.
Everything.
There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of scrolling. And that's never a good thing. Like the idea here is good. I like just using our framework where we do it. Like this would be at the top, different sizing, and also this message needs to be a lot stronger.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of these. I never am a fan of these scrolling things. They very often do not provide any benefit, and if anything, just will ruin this H1 tag and mean you've not done it correctly. So don't think that brings us any benefit doing that. So just have a flat image. I'm not opposed to the images you got here, but this needs to be bigger and better, to be completely honest. I like the idea of what we're going for, but this speaks to me kind of like how Nike says, just do it. And Nike, when they say no, just do it, what that means, but we're not really Nike. I think we got to be a little bit more like why we're different, why you should, like, we need to build that trust. Nike has the trust. And it's a terrible example since a very different industry, but the point is like they have trust built in. That's why they can operate that way. With this business, we got to make sure when someone lands here, they understand everything that we're doing and why we do it. And then I like that you have put reviews right under there, and then you have got the awards that you've won. This is actually all completely fine. This is good. This needs to be done a little bit better, and it needs to be at the very top. And then like you can almost just flip it around.
Yeah.
And then just have these again, like I just think it'd be collections or you type. There's nothing I actually like this the way you've done this, to be honest. I don't think
you're right. Like you're getting there. Like it's the order of everything. The order is kind of like all over the place at the moment, right? So people come to you for 3 reasons. They want to show me your best selling cakes that I can get quick. That's the number one thing that you're trying to portray, right? And I imagine that's the thing that makes the most amount of money. And then you've got design a personalized cake is the second thing, and you've kind of got that, make it personal. And then you've got like shop our products to make your own cakes. So again, you're not far off, but whether it's the ascension or the descension from, if that's even the right word, is descension a word? I assume it is. Chris, you'd know, but I'm like that process of buy the expensive thing first and the thing that we sell a lot of, and then sell the other thing, and then sell the the accessories to make your stuff last. I reckon there's like so many decisions and so many things to consider on the homepage that
Yeah.
I imagine a lot of people are getting confused. And if Chris
Sorry,
goes
guys.
back to the top for a section, that's why you're confused, right? And they're confused,
Oh
and
yeah.
you know,
I
so
am, and I have been for a long time for sure. I have
yeah, so
often and still struggle with how to package
mm,
the very different services that we offer in one place.
yeah, so
Yep.
scroll up, Chris.
Yep,
Stay still
sorry.
for a second. So, well, you're not up the top.
Oh, there we go.
So, example, right? Here's what we see on your homepage, right? Massive big banner, and I can riff on, I can have a crack at Adele's expense now because she's not here, but she has a massive banner up the top as well, right? It takes up half her screen. And I'm like, mate, make it smaller. You
Yeah.
know, like, it shouldn't be that big, right? The reason it shouldn't be that big is because, like, immediately you should have a box here and a box here and a box here and a box here. You say, hey, we make 5,000 cakes a year, you know, and we have 200 types of custom cakes, and we have won 47 awards, and most cakes can be picked up today. And you go, great. Those 5 boxes are something that I can read easily as soon as I'm on the website. And then when you go here, you've got a H1 tag, which we talk about all the time. You've seen this a few times. You know, you go, hey, it's Studio Cakes, we sell da 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 da. And people go, oh yeah, shit, that's what I want. I want that, that, or that. You go, great. And then that's supported by a H2 tag, you know, and it goes a little bit further and it does all the work that I showed all the other ladies on the call. And you go, yeah, like, we're proud to do blah 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 for this type of person, and we do it really fast and da da da. And people go, yeah, I read that, tick, I read that, tick, I read that, tick, 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 tick. And then if Chris, and then this, all of this section up here should be like no less than that, right? Should be using this much space. So, you know, like,
Yep.
we'll fix that properly for you at some point. If Chris scrolls down a little bit, and I know you've got like this stuff here, like, this is a nothing thing, right? Because people they're on the website, they know they can shop, right? So wherever we put that, that goes somewhere else. Cakes delivered for, you know, from $10, you know, that could go up in the announcement bar. You know, that is probably one of the things that goes on the box that I said up above,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Is that
Definitely.
something? And then if we scroll down a bit further,
Yeah.
and then we start going in here, and like, these, as much as they're beautiful images, I'm like, you know, like, this is a cute little cute little kid, but I'm like, is there a cake in the photo?
Just
Mine.
in the middle here.
Oh, it's that one. Okay.
Here and
So,
here.
like I said, kill this off. It's pointless, right? It should be going straight into some type of, like, I would go into a bit more of a brand message here, like whether it's a video with you, with all of your team. You're like, hey, it's Sarah here, and here's all the ladies that work with us, and there's 20 of us, and we're all, you know, mums, and we're passionate about cakes, and we have we sell DIY stuff, you do it yourself, or we make custom cakes, we make personalized cakes. And here's a tour of our great facility. You know, obviously you can come pick it up, or you can buy from us online. If you're buying from us online, you know, start here. Buy this collection, or this collection, or this collection, or this collection, and you go,
Should
great.
be like around there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you start going, you know, a bit more and go down a bit further, Chris. Like that thing that you've got. Yeah. And then this, you know, then you go best selling cakes, and maybe you have best selling cake, best, you could break this up many ways, you know, best selling birthday cakes, best, you know, and you go, done, that's all your birthday cakes. And another section, best selling whatever cakes, whatever that is. But you want to go, hey, here's like, buy these 10 things, you know, you always have heaps of them in stock, sell lots of the same thing. You go, great, buy that, you know. Scroll down a bit further, Chris. And I mean, this is like very quick.
Yeah.
What's this thing?
A lot of real estate being taken up.
Yeah, huge. Like, that's a waste. Get rid of that waste of space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your cake, your rules, our tools. Now we've kind of pivoted, and we're doing, you know, hey, now buy some accessories. So if I was there to buy a cake, I have no need for this section. But if I was there to buy these things, I have no reason to buy a cake. So at some point, we've got to go, are we in the cake business? Are we in the accessory business? And what are we trying to lead in with? If we're trying to lead in with everything, people going, this is confusing, you know,
Yeah.
like, flat rate shipping, again, that's fine. That can go into a whole bunch of different locations. This stuff's super important, you know.
Yeah.
Go a bit, can't read it because it's very tiny. Scroll down again, Chris.
Oh, you no zoom? All right.
Yeah. What's this? This is like an Instagram feed. There's kind of images
Nah, it's just photos.
everywhere.
Just photos.
Yeah. Scroll down a bit more. How many reviews? Oh, you got 630.
About 600. There's a good amount. Yeah.
Yeah. So like all of this should be up the top
At
section
the top, right up,
because
right
people will
up
see
here.
it and I go, shit, 633.
Yeah,
Like things,
absolutely.
fantastic. That's great. So you're in the classic situation again, like everybody else that comes to these calls is just like you've got a lot of it. It's just in the wrong order at the moment,
Yeah.
and it's
There's
you're like,
also functional things though, like even just for example, these things, like it's not, I wouldn't say it's just order, because then you ever go to things like this where
does
you got
it
to
click?
imagine like it does, but like you got to imagine when we build websites, it's so important that they're built in a way where like someone who's bad with computers can operate this website. Because a lot of your audience might just not be great with computers, but anyway, it just means it's going to be really easy, like have very good user functionality, naturally increases your conversion rate. But for just as simple as like having a button that says add to cart, like it just makes it that much easier. I don't have to think as much to take an action. Like it's not here. You have to assume I know to click on this and that's going to get me this specific cake. It kind of just looks like a bunch of pictures that I can click.
Sure.
It's yeah. So it's even functional things I think, Paul, too.
Yeah, I'm looking. I mean, the cake space is a funny one, right? Because brands in this space either go super simple or they go stupidly overcomplicated and they try and do like,
Not too
you
much
know,
custom. Yeah.
400 different custom options on every cake. And I'm like, that's
Yeah.
just crazy, right? You know, um, I'm trying to find a good example though, but
Look at
like
custom
that,
cakes. Have a look at custom cakes. What does it look like?
So it's a query form at the moment, but I'll put a gallery in there probably.
Gotcha. So it's just the form right now. Gotcha.
I'm
Yeah.
where's a good one? I mean, we've made a website for a cake company before, right? But they changed stuff recently and they've made it look ordinary. So I don't want to show you that.
Oh no.
Um, Love when people like butcher our websites or they just don't listen. And I'm like, come on, go, like, but it should just be simple. Like your
Yeah.
industry is easy. There's no need to complicate it. Even a cheesecake shop website's bloody terrible. Like,
Mm.
but it
I
serves
guess
its
if yeah.
purpose.
They're there. Like if they're on the page, it means they want to buy a cake. That's
Yeah.
usually, yeah. So it's just give them a nice, easy experience, how to find the right one, let them know like a little bit about why they should buy from you, and then just give them a very easy, here's the next steps kind of thing.
I think what you said is right. Is about what am I trying to lead the horse to? Because the retail side of our business is also very important in
Yeah.
terms of sales. So yeah,
So,
that's
so
where I
here's
was more
here's an
about how.
example. So let's look at this. So I've seen this website many times, and I think these guys crush it in Melbourne. It's such a, it's an easy website. There's nothing complicated to this website, and they're a juggernaut. And so you go stylish cakes, the perfect cake for all occasions. Everyone goes tick in your mind. You just go yes, and you go, oh, I can do that, but I'll keep scrolling for a second. And I'm like, local Melbourne delivery, customizable. I can order it online. Great. Here's a couple of featured cakes. Great. Here's, a nice little scrolling bar, uncomplicated, nice, classy. You go, great. What would you like? This type of cake, that type of cake, that type of cake. I'm like, okay, let's check out the birthday cakes. I'm in the birthday cake section. H1 title, description. Here's the cakes. And I go, yeah, that looks, I'm going to buy this one. I'm sure Chris loves pink. I'll buy that for his birthday. How many slices, how many things do I want? That's an easy thing to do. I go, yeah, I can do that. Lots of images. It's got a H1, it's got the price, got the size. They're doing a few too many customizations, but that's not hard to do. And I'm like, and anyone can go, yes, and I want chocolate, and I want this, and cake colors like purple and whatever, and enjoy the cake, Chris. Go check out, and I've got to agree to that the cake's gonna
And
land on my
Paul has
doorstep.
legitimately done this before multiple times, so this is a real experience.
One time I sent cake to Chris McLean's house and I sent it to his neighbor across the road. So that was good. But it doesn't get any easier than this, eh? Like I've gone there, I've clicked it, I've gone to the checkout. And if assuming I didn't want that, I'll go, cool. Cakes, we're coming full circle here. So you can search by age, you can search by dietary, you can search by event, or you can search by occasion. So it all goes back to my document as well. Really easy to do, right?
Yeah.
Nothing complicated here. Simple menu structure, logo, search, free delivery, account, price,
You know
contact
what else that
us.
simplicity will do for you, Sarah? It's going to stop you having these phone conversations with people who are like looking for minute details when customizing cakes, because it's just like a simple option. Like you just have the simple things. We stop catering to like, people wanting these little different changes, and it's going to save you a lot of time. I don't know if you go back and forth on email or over the phone a lot with customers, but it's something that slows a lot of businesses down, this kind of custom stuff.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
This is you don't certainly don't strike me as the kind of lady that's like wants chaos in a website and what's the stuff going on. You're like, make it nice and pretty and classy and like just represent our brand good, Same with this thing, you know what I mean? Like some people out there like, let's put everything possible into a website, you know what I mean? I'm like, just don't do that, So like this example, I mean, there is things still wrong with this website that could be better, but it's a great start, and like you could certainly have a crack at doing this, or you get us to help you do it, but like they're missing things like, hey, we've sold 3 today, or 4 people are looking at it, or this particular cake has 60 reviews, or we've got 60 reviews, or when you go through the checkout process, hey, do you want to buy candles? Or do you want to buy a cake knife, or do you want to buy more flowers, or do you want a cake topper? So, but to my point, like it's an okay start. And if you look at this, SEMrush, from memory, they're huge, right? This is what I always come back to with these calls. I'm like, this is a boring business, like 8.6 thousand. That means they're probably getting 30,000 visitors a month or something to their website, So if they're doing that and their average order value is 120 bucks or something, and their conversion rate is 6%, it's a multi 7-figure year of business. Easily this business, I would assume. Hope they watch this and let me know, but you could do the same thing because you've got everything. You've got the cakes, you've got the stuff, you've got the off, you're like, fix this thing and like away you go. Can't stress it enough for a brand like yours.
Yeah. Cool. We probably wrap it up there, Paul.
Yeah. Does that make that all good? Any questions about that before we do wrap it up?
No, thank you. That's great.
Okay.
Well, as
Awesome.
always. Thank you.
Cool. All right. Thank you everyone that's joined and watched the replay, and send us to your friends if you have any questions. You know where we are. And yeah, thanks guys. Take care. See you on the next one.
Have a
Bye.
great week.